Hi, I'm Lee. Welcome to my channel and the third episode of my Valiant Lady 2.0 Coastal Gem series. In this vlog, I visit the beautiful islands of Corsica and Ibiza before the cruise ends in Barcelona.
Cruise the world and sail away with me.
So, bonjour and good morning from Corsica, from Ajaccio. I'm not actually sure how you say the name, but we're in Corsica today. And so far today we have been off the ship, had a wander of the village, town, city. Now we've come back on the boat. It's a really nice port. You dock right in the centre, in the harbour. And it's very, very nice. It's so nice, in fact, that I just looked to see how easy it would be to get here from Manchester for possibly a long weekend, and I have to say it's not easy. It would be probably 2 flights and maybe a full day of travelling, because there's no direct flights from Manchester to Corsica, so you'd have to go via London, which then makes it a whole lot of more of a faff, which for a long weekend away or a few days away for a small break, it's kind of not worth it. But I'm very impressed by the place. I really like it. So last night was Scarlet Night, and we had dinner in Aria. Aria was really nice. I don't know whether my expectations have been set too high for it, but it wasn't as nice as I think I'd set in my head that it would be. The food was lovely. The service was okay. It felt like they were struggling with the service. It took a bit of time to get served, and the foods were brought out, and my main was lukewarm. But it was all lovely. We had virtually every starter on the menu to sample, and then my husband and his parents had the lamb shank, and I asked for the pistachio the pistachio snapper, but they recommended that it probably wasn't a good idea to have it because it was a bit dry. So there was a special one of butter chicken, which I had, and that was really nice, but just probably could have done with being a bit warmer, would be my only criticism. And then we went and had some of the Scarlet Night festivities, and this is my third Scarlet Night, and I can say with full chest and hand on heart, I'm not a fan of Scarlet Night. I think, yeah, it's just not my thing, it's not my vibe, but clearly it's a lot of people's vibes, and it was a very busy ship. I actually think this is the busiest ship that I've ever been on, and out the 3 Scarlet Nights that I've now been to, this one wasn't the one for me. Everyone was really busy, it was super loud, and yeah, I just didn't really enjoy it. And actually I have to say the first Scarlet Night that we did on Resilient Lady, I actually quite enjoyed. What happened around the pool was you had acrobatics and all things going on, and last night it was just the cast dancers, and it was okay, yeah, but it's just not my thing. But I guess that's what's one of the good things about being on a cruise, is that there's always enough going on that if something's not your thing, then that's okay. The rest of the cruise though has been super nice, especially when you get views like this. I'll plan now for the rest of the day. I think we've got a space by the pool, which we're going to enjoy before it gets really crowded again later. But now I'm going to go and get some things from our cabin, put some sun cream on, and we'll lie by the pool with a book, and maybe listen to a podcast or something. So that is what I'm going to go and do. But again, just look how amazing and incredible this view is. Welcome to Friday and day 5 of the cruise. Yeah, I didn't say 5. We are on a sort of sea day today. I say sort of sea day because we arrive in Ibiza about 7:30 tonight, and then we've got an overnight in Ibiza, and we're there until 4:30 PM I think on Saturday, and the ship is very busy. I've never done an overnight on a cruise before. Actually, that's a lie. This is the second time I've done an overnight in a cruise. We did an overnight in Mykonos on the Virgin Lady, but this is the first time we've arrived of an evening. So that's going to be different. Oh, ooh, bright light. So then last night we had dinner in Test Kitchen with our family members, and that was very funny because my nephew seemed to take it as a bush took a trial with some of the food that we were given. It was menu B last night. It was menu A last night, which isn't my favourite, I'll be honest. But it was still a nice meal. And we're back in Test Kitchen tonight because it is menu C, and I've never done menu C before, so that's going to be interesting. So because it's a sort of sea day today, we are just having a relax, being by the pool. We're under shade currently because there's not very many sunbeds and it is very warm. It's a sort of sea day, which a sea day is my favourite kind of day on a cruise, to be fair. As it's now gone midday, it's now coming up to 12:30. I think I'm going to go and meet my husband and get a beer and hopefully be able to sit in the sun. So I'll film it later. So until then, bye for now. Welcome to our final day and welcome to Ibiza. We didn't explore Ibiza last night. We watched the sunset at the dock, which was beautiful. But we have been off today, and we walked. We got the free shuttle bus from the port into town, and then we walked about 20 minutes for a beach. Had a couple of drinks on the beach. I paddled my toes, and then we decided to make our way back. So we've just got back, and then we are now by the pool for the rest of the day. I'm trying to get some more colour on me because, you know, pasty. And then and tonight we are back in the wake for a big family meal, but that's at 5:45, which is a bit early, but it's the only time that I could get all 8 of us in for the meal. And then tomorrow we fly home. Yeah, it's been a really lovely week of being away. It's just been what I needed. It's been really relaxing, and I really like the Valiant Lady. She's very different to the other ships. There's a different vibe about the ship, but I like it. And then I don't know when our next Virgin cruise is going to be, because our next 3 cruises are back with Celebrity. So for now, I'm going to enjoy the rest of what Virgin has to offer and get by the pool, get a drink, and relax the rest of the day. So I might film more later, I might not. So who knows? Bye. Good morning and buenos dias from Barcelona. We're back. A couple of Royal Caribbean ships and NCL ship are in port today. And we're back. What a great week it's been. Yeah, the week's flown by. It's been a very different cruise. The vibe on this cruise has been very different to the other Virgin cruises that we've done. It's felt more hectic and more, hectic is the word I'm going to go with. Not in a bad way, just a different way. Very much enjoyed it. It's been great spending time with our family. It's been just a really nice week. Look at the sunrise. So last night was the final night, obviously. We had dinner, all 8 of us in the wake, and it was as beautiful as it always is. And then we just sat, and then we went for a walk around deck 7, around the promenade deck for 2 laps, to try and help the food digest by moving. And then we sat in the dock house for a little bit before coming back to the room, finishing off the packing, and going to sleep. And now that's where we are. So I come up to the perch for one last visit to watch the sunrise, because it is now 6:30. We disembark in 1 hour. We're doing a self-disembark, and then we've got to transfer to the airport at 6:45. So thank you, Virgin. Thank you, Valiant Lady. Until next time, bye. If you've made it this far, thank you for watching. If you've enjoyed this vlog, please do think about subscribing, as I have got more trips planned for later this year. But until then, see you soon.